While news of extraterrestrial life is pretty trendy right now, the truth is, there have been a lot of humanoid beings throughout history who've claimed alien ancestry. There's got to be something behind it, right? So, join us for this video, as we're going to look at 15 terrifying people who say they're not human, but something far stranger that doesn't fit into any government records. Number 15. Man from Torwell. Let's start with something super mysterious. The man from Torwell supposedly showed up at a Tokyo airport in the 1950s with documents claiming he was from a country that didn't exist. Customs officials noticed his passport said Torwell, and when questioned, the man confidently pointed to Andorra on a map, insisting that was Torwell's location. He claimed it had existed for over 1,000 years. The strange part is that all of his documents, like his passport, licenses, and stamps, looked completely real. Still, no record of the country could be found anywhere. Authorities held him in a guarded hotel room overnight while they investigated. By morning, the man, and all of his belongings, had vanished without a trace. Ever since, the story has sparked endless debate about alternate dimensions, time slips, or interuniversal travelers. So, do you believe that AI or a quantum computer can solve the mystery of this mysterious man? Number 14. Boy who claims to be from Mars. Well, it's an old tale, but it's a genuinely spine-tingling story. The story of Babushka Lady, a Russian boy who insists he came from Mars, is nothing short of wild. According to him, he once lived on the Red Planet before reincarnating on Earth with a mission to protect humanity from nuclear extinction. His knowledge of astronomy, shown from an incredibly young age, stunned scientists and even baffled his own parents. He described Mars as a planet devastated by ancient nuclear war, where tall Martians took refuge underground and breathed carbon dioxide. He claimed these Martians were highly advanced, nearly immortal, and capable of interstellar travel. In school, he talked about links between ancient Egyptians and Martians, stating that Earth's fate would change once the Great Sphinx in Giza was unlocked. His vivid memories of flying spacecraft and fighting in Martian air raids, along with his belief that other alien beings live among us, remain one of the most surreal and detailed alien origin stories ever told. Number 13. Collier. Collier's claims of alien contact weren't vague or general. They were filled with names, places, timelines, and detail. He says his first experience happened at age 8, when he encountered human-like beings from the Andromeda galaxy. According to him, two specific beings, named Visayas and Morane, taught him about cosmic history, universal law, and the future of Earth. They allegedly took him aboard a mothership, showed him advanced civilizations, and shared knowledge on everything from spirituality to ancient planetary wars. Collier described the Andromedans as Nordic-looking, peaceful, and deeply intelligent. His accounts include mentions of Nibiru, reptilians, and other alien species said to have colonized Earth long ago. He also claimed that government agents threatened him due to what he knew. While many regard him as a fraud, others in the UFO community view his work as a serious attempt to document interstellar contact. Whether real or delusional, this story is still a mystery. Number 12. A.D. Lindsay. Dean Lindsay is one of those characters who straight up claimed ownership of alien territory. Seriously. In 1936, he publicly declared that he legally owned all planets, moons, and islands in space, calling it a D. Lindsay's archipelago. But this wasn't even his first galactic stunt. He had previously laid claim to the entire Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. What makes it even weirder is that he actually went through official channels, filing paperwork and sending payments to the Superior Court in his hometown. While the records were logged, most dismissed it as delusional. His claims became even more absurd when he tried to add the Moon and Saturn to his list. Still, it's strange how decades later, in 2015, President Obama signed a law allowing private companies to stake rights to asteroid-mined resources. almost like Lindsay had the idea long before anyone else. Whether he was joking or delusional, this case still feels strange. Number 11. Emmanuel Swedenborg. This brilliant scientist is best remembered for his spiritual writings. But there's another layer to his legacy that some believe involves alien contact. Living from 1688 to 1772, Swedenborg was a prolific researcher and inventor before he abruptly shifted into spiritual exploration. Some reinterpret his vivid encounters with angels and demons as possible interactions with beings from other worlds. Visitors misidentified due to the time period. His spiritual transformation, which began in 1741, is thought by some to have stemmed from contact with these non-human intelligences. He described detailed journeys to heaven and hell and claimed to have conversations with otherworldly entities. What if those beings were advanced, interdimensional life forms mistaken for biblical figures? While this theory isn't mainstream, it reframes his writings in a modern context. Swedenborg's legacy is already massive, but if these claims hold any truth, it places him among the earliest possible human-alien contactees ever recorded. Number 10. The Poe Toaster. This one dives into pure mystery. The legend of the Poe Toaster centers around an unknown figure who, for decades, honored Edgar Allan Poe's birthday by visiting his grave in Baltimore. Dressed all in black with a wide-brimmed hat and a white scarf, this mysterious individual would silently pour a glass of cognac, raise a toast to Poe, then place 3 fresh roses in a specific arrangement beside the bottle. The ritual happened every January 19th and spanned decades, with small crowds gathering each year to catch a glimpse of the elusive visitor. His identity was never confirmed. Some think it was passed down within a family, while others suggest multiple people took turns maintaining the tradition. One strange theory even speculates that the Poe Toaster was not human at all, but an alien paying homage. Whether a devoted fan or something beyond, the Poe Toaster's eerie tribute became one of the most quietly haunting rituals linked to a literary icon. Number 9. Valiant Thor. Valiant Thor's tale sounds like it came straight from a sci-fi novel, except several people claimed it actually happened. In 1957, a man calling himself Val Thor allegedly arrived at the Pentagon after landing in a Virginia field in a spacecraft. He supposedly requested to speak with the president, eventually meeting with top government officials, telepathically. Thor said he came from Venus, not from its surface, but from an inner civilization beneath its crust. His mission was to help Earth avoid nuclear destruction. He reportedly stayed for 3 years, living in an apartment in Alexandria, Virginia, while advising military officials. Dr. Frank Stranges, a researcher and minister, swore he met Thor and supported his claims in interviews and books. Some even claimed Thor returned in the 1960s. Skeptics argue the whole story was fabricated. Still, it continues to circulate as one of the strangest alleged alien-human interactions. Number 8. Babushka Lady. The unidentified woman known as the Babushka Lady is still one of the most bizarre figures tied to the 1963 assassination of President Kennedy. Present at Dealey Plaza during the shooting, she was seen filming everything with a camera while wearing a headscarf, the kind Russian grannies often wore, hence the nickname. Despite appearing in numerous photos and reels, she's never been identified, and no one has ever recovered her clip. She was standing close enough to possibly capture clear evidence, yet she never came forward. Dozens of theories have tried to explain her presence, ranging from witness protection to government involvement. But within this list's context, one suggestion stands out, that she may have been something entirely non-human, possibly an alien observing a major human event. While that's speculative at best, her anonymity and strange calmness during chaos still fuel wild conspiracies. Number 7. George Adamsky. George Adamsky remains one of the most controversial names in UFO history. In the 1950s, he claimed repeated contact with so-called space brothers, Nordic-like extraterrestrials who allegedly visited Earth in peaceful missions. Adamsky said he not only spoke with them, but also traveled aboard their crafts, visiting the Moon, Venus, and other planets. He photographed saucer-shaped ships and published books detailing his conversations and experiences. His early reports helped define the mid-century contactee movement, especially the idea that alien beings were spiritually advanced and concerned with Earth's future. Adamsky's story gained massive traction, but his photos and claims were widely criticized. Many researchers accused him of fabricating evidence and misleading followers. Still, he maintained a devoted fan base and continued to speak publicly until his death. His writings heavily influenced the perception of extraterrestrials during the Cold War era. Whether a con artist or a true believer, Adamsky's impact is undeniable, and his legacy remains embedded in early UFO subculture. Number 6. Billy Meyer, Edward Albert. Billy Meyer became a central figure in UFO subculture, claiming lifelong contact with extraterrestrials known as the Plejaren. His organization, the Free Community of Interests for Border and Spiritual Sciences and Ufological Studies, became the platform where he shared photos, videos, metal samples, and writings he said came from these beings. According to him, the Plejaren were humanoid aliens from a system near the Pleiades who gave him spiritual teachings, cosmic history, and warnings about Earth's direction. His most controversial claim was that he was the reincarnation of major prophets, including Enoch, Elijah, Isaiah, Jeremiah, and Emmanuel. While his supporters believe he's a genuine contactee with profound messages for humanity, critics argue that much of his material was 100% faked. Many of his photos have been debunked or called into question, and some of his spiritual teachings have sparked backlash. Despite this, his story refuses to fade. But for many, this guy's story is nothing but trash. Number 5. D.B. Cooper. The hijacking by Cooper in 1971 is one of the greatest unsolved cases in American history. But some believe there's more to the story. A growing theory suggests that Cooper wasn't an ordinary man at all, but a being from elsewhere. He boarded Northwest Orient Flight 305 in Portland, demanded $200,000 in cash and parachutes, released the passengers, and vanished into a stormy night sky. Despite a massive investigation, no trace of Cooper or the money was ever found. Some theorists believe his survival was possible due to non-human physiology or advanced help. If Cooper wasn't human, the operation may not have been about theft at all, but a mission. Maybe the ransom was a cover, the jump a retrieval, and the silence afterward calculated. The FBI gave up on the case in 2016. And while the alien theory remains outlandish to most, no official answer has ever come close to explaining how he disappeared without a single trace. Number 4. Dana Howard. Dana Howard's experiences helped shape the mid-1950s wave of alleged extraterrestrial contact. In 1955, during a seance conducted by medium Bertie Lily Candler, Howard claimed to have made contact with an 8-foot-tall Venusian woman named Diane. She wasn't, describing a shadowy presence or vague entity. She insisted Diane was real, physical, and had a direct message. According to Howard, Diane passed on teachings centered on spiritual growth, past life memory, and humanity's potential evolution. These themes closely aligned with esoteric beliefs popular at the time. Her writings framed these beings as friendly and enlightened, challenging the darker alien abduction stories that would dominate decades later. Howard's claims sparked both curiosity and dismissal. While skeptics wrote her off as delusional or attention-seeking, others believed her story fit within a broader narrative of alien-human interaction. Whether real or imagined, Dana became a significant figure in early contactee culture. Number 3. Howard Manger. Howard Menger's story stands out not just for its detail, but for how long his supposed alien encounters spanned. He said his first contact happened when he was 10, meeting a wise-looking man named Svath in the woods near High Bridge, New Jersey. That meeting, he claimed, began a lifetime of interactions with advanced beings he called the Space Brothers. By the 1950s, Menger had gained a small following as a UFO contactee, describing visits from Venusian beings who shared spiritual and technical knowledge. He later revised his views, saying the aliens weren't from Venus, but operated bases there. His story evolved into something more spiritual than scientific, focused on cosmic unity and humanity's growth. Though many skeptics dismissed him, some in the UFO community found meaning in his ideas. Whether truth or fiction, his story added momentum to the mid-century alien contact wave. To this day, he's remembered as a central voice in early UFO culture and interstellar mysticism. Number 2. Gil Perez. The story of Gil Perez is one of the oldest and most mind-bending, unexplained phenomena ever recorded. According to legend, Perez served as a soldier in the Filipino Guardia Civil and was posted at the governor's palace in Manila on October 24, 1593. Following the assassination of Governor Gomez Perez Dasmariñas, tensions were high. Exhausted, Gil leaned against a wall to rest and suddenly found himself in Mexico City's Plaza Mayer, over 9,000 miles away. Confused and disoriented, Perez was arrested for possible desertion or witchcraft. When questioned, he recounted the events in Manila in detail, including the governor's death, which had not yet been reported in Mexico. Weeks later, a ship from the Philippines confirmed everything Perez had described. He was released and returned home. Theories range from accidental teleportation to alien abduction to time slip. Though some historians question the delay in reporting, the story remains one of the most bizarre, unsolved accounts tied to spontaneous travel. Number 1. Calvin Parker. Calvin Parker's disturbing claim of alien abduction in 1973 remains one of the most unsettling and detailed ever reported. Along with his friend Charles Hickson, Parker said they were fishing near the Pascagoula River when they were suddenly taken aboard an alien spacecraft for examination. Parker recalled being hit with what he described as a tranquilizing beam that left him paralyzed during the encounter. He described strange-looking beings, including a female entity that communicated telepathically. The traumatic event left him mentally shaken, and he stayed silent for decades before finally opening up. As far as alien encounters go, Parker's story offers a disturbing look at how real and complex these experiences can feel to those who live them. Whether one accepts these accounts or attributes them to something psychological, Parker and Hickson's case has become a cornerstone in the UFO phenomenon. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.